What's up? I'm Austin Griffith here with the Build Guild. It's Bowtie Friday. We got a fun one. We got all sorts of fun little things to try out today. The first thing, I'm just going to share my screen. If you're playing along, check out this QR code. You can point your phone at this QR code and it's going to get you an app. And in that app, you will be able to trade. It's kind of like emojicoin.exchange, an old game I put out there, but you can trade some salt for some other coins. And McToady has set up our infrastructure. It's a set of 3 dexes, 4 tokens. The tokens are traded on the dexes, but he also has some bots that are running with lots of liquidity that are trading. So we'll have like this kind of like fluctuation of price as it goes, I think. I will drop you some salt. Let's see. Let me share this screen. I can drop some people some salt here. I have no idea if this is going to work. I did load him up with this. Hopefully this like sends like a penny or something like that. But I'm going to send. Oh, man, look at all these people checking in. This is cool. Let's see. Sending tips to people. I have no idea if this is going to work. But hopefully this will get you some gas. Oh, fee too low, internal transaction. I'll just be hammering on this. Hopefully I can get everybody some funding and get you paid so you can make some trades on Gnosis. You'll get some salt and then you can go, what is this? This is the bot or something. I don't know what this guy is. But then you can swap your salt for other tokens and they'll fluctuate in price. And we'll have a leaderboard and we'll show off whoever wins. So that's the event wallet that we're working on. I'll be sending some tips. It looks like it's working. Oh man, am I sending 10 cents at a time? I'm gonna run out quick. Yeah, yep. Oh, that's way too much. Okay, I'll send more money to this account and then I'll send it out to everybody. But that's the event wallet. That's a fun thing that we're working on for engagements and teaching people about custodying your wallet and teaching people about crypto. So that's one piece. But next is the OP stuff. Okay, so let's tell a story of the OP stuff. Like basically there was a retro PGF round, and the Build Guild was funded through retro PGF thanks to Optimism. And then we've used that funding to do a whole bunch of different things. But one thing is to fund a group of kind of mercenaries within the Build Guild to go build this RPF that they put out. They put this request for the community to build this voting tool because the voting tool in the first round of retro PGF was pretty bad and kind of hard to use. So we're like, we got to do better. Optimism puts out a community call for someone to build it, and Build Guild just attacks it like before it even goes out there. Before, like, we're not even trying to get the money or accept it or anything like that. We're just trying to build the thing that they need as fast as we can because they helped us out with retro PGF funding, and it's just something that we're good at. So whoever is here to show off the OP stuff, go ahead and share your screen and let's dive in and check it out. It's basically a tool that allows people to submit projects, and then it allows you to do discovery. Okay, yeah, you've got that there. And then through the discovery, you kind of vote, and then that voting ends up going to public goods within the space, hopefully. Go ahead and take it away.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yep, we got you.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So let me just get started. So yes, so like it was introduced before, this is a retroactive public goods funding. For sure, it's gonna be retro PGF. And then the challenge is that in round 2, it was a complex voting. It was a lot of manual work, so it was a complete like mess. And then this impact directly to the accuracy of the voting in onboarding projects. And it was on round 3, we expect, we are trying to improve that by creating this project called retroactive voting. And this is gonna be the Figma design. So we aim to create something like this. We have like a demo. If you go to retroactive goods public goods funding, Versal that app, you will see the application. And so far what we have is what we have is let me just hide some of these some of these controls. So the first thing that you're gonna do is to log in. And then if you are log out, so suppose that you are log out, you should see this little thingy here. It's a sidebar that says the aim of the voting for round 3. And then once you log in, you will see your wallet. And then for now, this is the very first version of it. It's not complete yet. So you will be allocated 100 OP just to vote on this project so far. This is also an automated voting. So here it tells you the voting, when the voting ends, the number of projects. So far I have 5. Let me just switch to optimism. So far I have 5 projects that I can either so let's just start over from this from the beginning. Suppose that you are a batch holder or a voting coordinator or evaluator, and then you are going to evaluate these 28 projects for the OP optimism team. So we have created this tool for you, and then where you can come and either discover projects by tag. In this case, we're gonna create it by tooling or education or infrastructure. I will go over how in the back end is working, but so far in the front end, we are able to filter by tag. Also, you should be able to see it in a list or in a grid. Also, you should be able to shuffle. And then if you guys want, I can go over these functions, how it works in the backend. But yeah, so far let's just add some. Let's just add some into our balo or into our list. So let's suppose that we wanna see this. We wanna just learn about our space project, and we click on it, and then this is coming. I think this is just slow because of Versal, but this is the details of this project, of a space project. Within this space project, you will see all the links that you for this project, and then the description of that, the contribution, and all this statistics and facts about this project, and also some interesting or similar projects that are similar to this space. So suppose that I like this one, so I can just add it to my list, and now I have 1 here, and then I can either right away add. I'm just gonna add 2 because I only have 100 OP here. So I'm just gonna say, you know what, I'm just gonna add 2, and then I'm gonna continue seeing more or adding more. So suppose that I like also this one, this Inegon by Zenbyte. So I'm gonna click on this. It's gonna take me to this to this project. I can read all of that, and I say, you know what, I also like this. So far I'm just gonna add a few of them, and then I will just add in a few of them, and then I will add. I will make a list. I will make a list, and so let's just see. Okay, so I have already 4.
And that ballot's persistent. Like you can click view ballot and it shrinks that back up again, and then you click view
Yes.
ballot again, and that comes back and forth. Okay, so it's like a
Yes.
persistent thing that hangs out in the top right. And as you're selecting different things or putting votes, your ballot's always there in the top right. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you can come here, and then just add that, and then now that you have here, it tells you that you have all 6 of them. Then you can make a list. In this case, I can just gonna create a simple list. You can just say tab my tab 4, and then I think I have something here that I can use for this. So I can just use this list, and then the description is going to be so the impact. Here is where you can, as an evaluator, you need to decide what is impact, and here this was infrastructure, I guess, and then you can just share the list. When you share the list, it's going to add it into the database, and then now we have created a list. Now, suppose that I am another person, or other evaluator. Right now, I am in Brave browser. Suppose that I am another evaluator. I am going to use a different account, and then I can go to the list, and then I can just copy that. So for me to make it easier, and I don't want to because I want to see what this list is, and then I say, you know what, I like this list, and I think that I'm just gonna copy, so I can just add it into my ballot. So if I add it right now, I have 5, so I'm gonna add it into my list, and then now I should have 9, and then within this I can just reuse the list, or reuse the work of the evaluators, and then edit my list, and then just reuse it. And then when I'm ready, you can just say, you know what, it's ready to submit my ballot. And then now I have all of this. I only have 5 because apparently I already have before three of them, or four of them repeated. So I will just add it into it. Whatever is not here in the list, in your list, it will just add it to it. And that's a way just to reuse the work of that. So that's the front end, and that's basically the idea is that to reduce, or to make the manual work easier, and to reduce the work for evaluators to rediscover and evaluate faster and with better accuracy the projects of optimism. So every time that you are here, you can see the list. Every time that you here, you can see the list of others, or also you can create your own. You can share it. You can vote in with that. And for the backend, we are using for the backend, we are using MongoDB, and we are using the serverless. Serverless is an example of searching. So for instance, for the first thing that we're gonna do, we're gonna connect to the database. Then after that, we pass the term, the limit, how many records we want from MongoDB, and then where the list of matches that we want. This is gonna go to this list. Is a document list here from MongoDB. We call it model. So here in the list we have I think I can just open that list. So here we define the MongoDB. We are using Mongoose for the ORM. But basically this document is the schema of the list, where we have all the fields for this list. And then we are using that list to basically say, hey, go to that list and find the search, and find the match for that list with the limit with any limit that we are passing. Then we just return the projects, and then in the front end we just return we return the projects, and then we just we return these projects, and then we just display them. But that's the basic idea of the OP boarding. I think there's a lot of things that I wanted to talk, but I'm also new to the project. I was basically in charge of the front end, and then part of the front end, and some like an API call for MongoDB. But I think that it's an awesome project, and I keep learning a lot. And I think that's all I have, unless you guys have questions.
Cool stuff. Any more to add to that? Other folks that are working on the OP build?
I just think it was super cool to see. So like, this was one of those ones that like didn't land in necessarily like a bucket, right? We have this intentional stuff we're building, and then some other things just in the work, like us learning things. But like being able to take like an RFP from another place and just like get this together in such a quick time frame is just like super awesome to see. So like, kudos to everyone that's contributing on this one. Like, fantastic work.
Heck yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I could see maybe another round of UX cleanup. I don't know if like they want it to be, I don't know if it's like the current spec is exactly how they want it, and if we start iterating on top of this, it might go away from their spec. But definitely we could get a little usability session together and have a group of us all come in and vote and see. Just like, I noticed there was like a 0 and then a 1, and he was putting the 1 after the 0. Like, can you just select all that and hit 1? Like, does something happen? Like, it looks like there's some small little things that I'd like to like go a little deeper on and take another pass on before we hand it off to Optimism. But it's looking awesome though, and it's so great of a story to hear that like we got retro funding, we got a bunch of other folks to kind of YOLO in and attack this RPF, and I think it's an RPF. I don't know what the acronym is, but it's just an awesome story. And let's get this thing shipped, but let's get it so solid that like it's ready for users when they're ready for users, and we actually get people to use this and it works great. Like let's like finish the story here. And I think that's sometimes the hardest part, but we're close, and this is really good work. So great job, everyone who is committed to this and who has put some work in on this. I dropped to Etta, check this out. You just showed up. Let me share it back again. If you are around, you should point your phone at this. And if you point your phone at this, you get an event wallet and you can trade some shit coins. You get some salt and you can trade for tomatoes and avocados and something else. But scan this and I'll drop you some gas and some salt tokens so you can play it on your phone. That's my shill. Okay, so good job, OP Stack folks. Next up, I think, is Codechef. Codechef, what do you have for us? Take it away. Share your screen.
Okay, hi everyone. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we've got it. Oh, it looks like there's a rail track across here. I'm liking this.
Oh, okay. So hi everyone. So I built a game called Food Scramble where you connect ingredients across the board, and if you connect all the ingredients, well, right now there's like 4 ingredients like bread, beet, lettuce, tomato. If you connect at least one of them, you can like combine them into a food entity. And okay, so and to get started, you need to create create an entity. So you go to the marketplace and then buy an NFT, which is like your character to play the board game. And then you can send an NFT and create like a token bound account. So now, which means that each entity will now have their own smart wallet, so they can now receive so they can receive some ERC20 tokens or ERC721. And this is a little bit buggy right now.
What was the account? So you deploy a smart contract for them? Sorry, I missed that part.
Oh yeah, so if you create like a
What
token bound
standard?
account, yeah, I'm using the ERC 6551. So which
6551. Awesome. Yeah. Great to hear.
Yeah, so basically like each entity will now have their own smart wallet. And right now my character is on this square, and then you can like roll dice and it will go like clockwise. And if you go to the store, you can combine the NFT. So I can like keep like rolling the dice. And you notice that there's a railroad. So if you go to this railroad, you can go to this spot, or we could go back to this spot. So
come on, roll a 2. Roll a 2. Let's see if it happens. Come on. Is it 1 out of 6? Or is it out of 6?
Yeah, it's the 6 die dice.
Oh, we went past the rail.
Yeah, so now I could buy some tomatoes. Keep rolling. And then once you go to the store, you can like cook to combine entity. But as you notice, I'm missing the meat, so I'm gonna now go to the faucet page to get some meat tokens. Oops. Let's see now. Scramble. So I'll just click on this faucet to check a bit, so I can save some time. So once you click on the faucet, you should get at least 1 tokens, and then you click on cook to generate some. So it will burn like 1 ERC token for the bread, meat, lettuce, and tomato. It will create the food NFT, which is this one. So this is your food NFT that is inside this NFT wallet. Yeah, that's what I got so far. Let's see if I could go to the rail.
So you have are the bread and the meat and the lettuce, are those 721s or are those ERC20s?
Oh yeah, it was ERC20. Originally I was going to use ERC never 50, but the token bound account doesn't accept it yet. This is an activate in order for the token bound account to accept the ERC 1155. Yeah.
So they're ERC20s, and then you craft them into an NFT, which is like a sandwich or a burger NFT, only if your character is on the stove square of the game. And then the thing that owns all of these ERC20s and this crafted 721 is actually another smart contract that's a 6551 that uses basically this token standard where you're an NFT that owns all sorts of different things. So you could actually send your character to me and I would own whatever you have, your bags. I would own whatever your bags are for this character. You can just send it around, or you could put it on an NFT marketplace or take out a loan for it. It's all composable. That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so I'm rented a rail. So you could click on use a rail.
Yeah, use the rail. Doot.
Oh, that's right.
That's awesome. Great game, Codechef. It's so fun to see what on the surface looks pretty simplistic. And honestly, this would take a long time to build in React. But the under the sheets here, the different token standards, all the different tokens that you've put in here, along with some kind of crafting concept where you've got an NFT contract that will mint a sandwich, but you have to give it all these different ERC20s to put the sandwich together, and you have to be on a certain location in the game. That's very cool. Does the board game own your player? Like how? No, it's not. You basically own the 6551, and there's some kind of information about the 6551 or where it is on the board game, right? You have like a board game contract that's just keeping track of where it is, but it doesn't actually own your 6551. Am I thinking of that right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Contract.
So much solidity goes into making something like that. Good work, man. This is great stuff. Okay, next up is SolidOracle. I bet this is some sort of DeFi thing. What is it? Let's see what SolidOracle has for us. Oh yeah, Solidinterest.
Can you
We've got
hear
it.
me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, so correct, Austin. I've continued building in the DeFi space. Here is the front end of a Solidinterest that has a deposit and a withdrawal area. Pretty simple, but really what we're trying to do here is more interesting if we look at the code. IB Square is basically a token that deals with all the accounting for creating an interest-bearing token. So if somebody wants to provide yield to consumers or to customers at a fixed rate and wants to decide that up front, they could use this token and promise a certain yield without worrying about all the accounting, because this is all dealt with here. So the IB Square contract is an upgradable contract, inherits an ERC20 upgradable, and also an interest library, which is used to calculate, make all these calculations for the interest rate. And also another important thing of this contract is that we're using Superfluid as a helper for doing all of this. In fact, in the initializer, we're gonna also, sorry, not in the initializer, but when we set we can set a super token where we will set the streamable IB Square. So basically, we're deploying the IB Square token and the streamable IB Square, which is effectively a superfluid token, which is a streamable token across on a block per block basis. But in order to make it more readable for users, we have incorporated a interest rate per second and annual interest in the IB Square, so we can initialize it in the initialize function, and we can treat this as a token that can be transferred to and from people, and we can deposit and withdraw from it in order to keep track of this interest. So quick view to the main functions. The deposit function takes in the token address and the amount. It will transfer from the message sender to this address, and it will then calculate an adjusted amount based on the growing ratio, which has to do with the interest rate, and we will mint to the message.sender this adjusted amount. Another really important function is the get balance, because in fact, if you just call balance of this token, you will not see included the interest rate. You will see just the principal amount. To get also the interest rate included in your balance, we must call this get balance function, because we need to account for the growing ratio of the interest, but also we need to get the real-time balance of now from the super token. So that's why we're using the superfluid token, because it allows us to keep track over time of the accrual of the interest, and then we make some calculations to get the balance. I also made the test in Foundry, which I think is very helpful if people want to look more in detail on how this looks like, initializing, etc. And I ran this test a couple minutes ago. Here we do all the setup, but then
we see we just see the UI. Is that okay? Are you trying to show the tests?
Yeah, well,
oh,
yeah,
okay. We're seeing the UI as the screen.
Okay, let me just share again.
There we go. Yep.
Yeah, so I was showing also the
here.
contracts. Yep. This is all in the public repo. This is IB Square, the streamable token, and then this is the standard ERC20. That all is inherited by this IB Square. And then again, the test is really important if somebody wants to get into the details of how this works. And by running the test on Goerli, forking Goerli, we do an end-to-end test. We deposit 1,000 Ether. And the balance of the owner after a year would be 1,000 Ether plus, so 1,160 Ethers, because of the 16% that we have set up. So a word of notice, at the moment, this is not backed by any income. So we are not generating yield. We're just tracking that the interest rate is generated in an accountable manner. This is a great tool if somebody has a vault or anything that generates yield that you can deposit and withdraw from in order to keep accounting right for your customers. So it's basically a good interface for any DeFi protocol that needs to do this kind of accounting.
Could you post the repo too, so we can share that? I know.
Yeah. I posted it.
Yep. Awesome.
Let me post it as well in the group.
Very cool.
And next steps for this, as I told you already, Austin is trying to make these deposits and these withdrawals gasless, and I'm going to be trying to use the Bioeconomy SDK. So more on that on the front end in my next build.
Awesome, dude. Great stuff. Super degenerate stuff here. Solidinterest. Good work, SolidOracle.
Thank you.
There was some kind of sad news this morning in the United States. Kind of basically, if you were to put this in production, you might have to limit your users to outside of the United States, which is crazy. Yeah. But I think that might be happening, which is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Cool build though. This is awesome. Just don't put it on mainnet yet.
No. Yeah, I do everything here on testnet so that
awesome.
People can use it without having to sell their homes or something.
Yes, or go to jail. Yes, pay giant jail. Fines. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's all on Goerli, even the tests, and I'm using. If there's also the deploy scripts. When I deploy, I will use wrapped Ether on Goerli.
Awesome. Looks good, dude. Great build.
Right.
Keep going.
Thank
I
you.
think you pasted the code here. We'll get that into the show notes too, I think. Awesome stuff.
It's in the show notes.
Great. Great. Okay. Let's see. One last share here before we go. I think I have I don't know. Do I have? Yeah, there we go. Is this the top 10 list? Nope, this is the check-in list. This is the top 10 list. I feel like maybe I sent Light and Damu. Are you guys really do you guys really have this much already, or did I accidentally send you 50?
Yeah, you have to refresh that one because I lose a lot.
Okay. So let's reload. So, and this is not looking at just our salt balance, but it's looking at our overall like total net worth using how many tokens you have versus the current price the curve is at. Which is kind of weird because if you dump those tokens, that curve will change, but it's not your exact net worth, but sort of like your game net worth, and it's good for just like calculating a top 10 list here. You guys have really participated in some fantastic shit coining in the chat. I see lots of pumping here. You know, the the benefits of avocado, Vitalik's address is trading tomatoes. Lots of banana is pumping, and I'm stuck on the sidelines. Fantastic shit coinery in the chat. Yes, I'm proud of you guys. Well, it looks like this is the current. I think Pipoka, I think you were winning. Unless I sent you too much, I think you're the winner of the trade day. We'll be having more of these if you're interested in playing more of these kind of event wallet games and helping us test these out. The goal is to have something like this trading platform as sort of a base layer for a bigger, more complex game. Maybe we do like land ownership. Maybe we do crafting, like Codechef showed us earlier. Maybe there's a game board and there's collecting happening. All of that could happen. Maybe there's Harburger taxes on land ownership. We can play with a lot of different fun blockchain concepts, but it almost starts with we need a bunch of dexes and we need some shit coins as assets, and then we need some main credit token, and that is sort of like the base layer of the game, and then we'll play something cooler on top of that. But technically you could anybody can basically scan that QR code and participate in swapping tokens, and it's really easy with a burner wallet. So if we host an event and we have a game there, this idea of this shitcoin trading will be, even normies could play this and understand it and use it. This swap is still a little complex, I think. I don't know how we can make it even more simple. Maybe we have like it automatically just buys one for you the first few times, and it's like you don't even see that swap. It's just like a buy, and then like maybe you upgrade to swap after you earn some like EXP or something like that, something that gets you over the hump of, I think you can kind of tell what's going on here. You're putting in 1.9 and you're getting out 1, but I don't know. You almost have to know what a swap is and how Uniswap works for this UI to make sense, where it's not just like a buy sell kind of thing. But this is meant for the base layer of a game that normies can play, and then we'll have some other cooler blockchain game that kind of runs on top of that can be played for more like high level blockchain folks that really want to experiment. That's Bowtie Friday. I think we got it. Any other shout outs? Anything else going on? Did we get wait, did we do Lulox? Did you go? I think maybe we might have forgotten someone. Yes, Lulox, you still have a presentation, right? I'm sorry, I think I skipped out. I guess that's still I'm sorry, dude. Oh man, I guess you guys have a little bit more time on the top 10 list. I'll reload it one more last time, so keep trading. But Lulox, I'm sorry, you take it away. If you got something to present, please do.
Yeah, I got the 0 to BuidlGuidl thing that some have been commenting. I'm gonna show it now.
Let's check it. Toad says he's furiously writing scripts to dump bananas. You're up. You got it. We can see it.
Well, it's meant to be an onboarding app for events. It started as a notes on page that evolved into a Medium article that then I made it so I could share it on events with this QR. And also I took the the freedom of making it nicer in a website. I still have to do some front end work, but this basically is aiming to onboard you in the knowledge needed to start building with Scaffold-Eth 2. Here's after the basics, you gotta create front ends that can react to smart contracts back to React, make front end look and work good, know how to read, edit, and write smart contracts, and make front end interact with smart contracts, and use all that knowledge. And I'm guiding you in learning all this as a roadmap to get started in building stuff for BuidlGuidl. And after you make your learning, well, if you have been following the verb in the left here, when you start creating that, we eat it. And here are some BuidlGuidl. I think this is all yours, Austin.
Yeah, it's some great links. This is some good content.
Well, I use this as a minting phase for my first SVG NFT on Ethereum. It was my first contract on Ethereum.
Mainnet?
Yeah, it's
awesome. Link us, man. I want to go mint one.
And more resources. Well, I minted already the first one.
Yeah, here it is. I'm pasting it into the chat. 0 to buildguild.vercel.app. I'm going to mint one right now.
Well, the donation is minimum is 0.1 ETH because gas will cost about the same for the donation. I think it wouldn't make much sense to donate less than that. And well, the SVG NFT reflects which block it was minted. It reads from reverse records of ENS to decode your address to your ENS in case you have one. And here it says how much you donated, and it's thank you. And it makes it more dynamic with this switch theme. You can.
You're about to make a mainnet transaction.
Yeah, I'm gonna send almost. And this is. It's just switched in the theme for the NFTs. It doesn't have any real utility, but it just switches it from dark mode to light mode. I would appreciate if you guys like the building in BuidlGuidl platform for it to have more visibility, but just a comment. And I am still working. I have a lot of front-end improvements to do. I deploying the contract and say, well, it has the content, it has the MVP project. Now it can get nicer.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know if I presented it good or if you had any questions, but I hope it helps onboard people and also helps learn people like me or anyone here to complement what you already know and start building better and nicer and more secure stuff.
Awesome. Good stuff. I'm going to steal the screen from you and go mint one of these. Here we go. I'm minting one right now. So I do 0.05 and it looks like it's split between you and BuidlGuidl. We're programming money here. Here we go. Mainnet transaction. Ship it. Yeah. I couldn't figure out your ETH price on yours was like 1640 and mine's 1620. I feel like there's something going on with the RPC or something there. I don't know why yours was behind. I had to go like check the price of ETH. I feel like I'm not even a real developer here paying too much attention to the ETH, but for some reason it looked like your RPC server was behind 20 minutes or something. I don't know exactly what it was, but if you go back to the BuidlGuidl and you look at this, it's going to be 1640 on yours. And that's not the right price accurate right now. So I wonder if there's something going on. Yeah, I minted it. Boom. Very nice.
The first donor.
Yeah, switch themes.
If you unclick the show only your NFTs, you're gonna see that my NFT has changed its appearance already.
Oh, where do I click? Just show. Show only yours. Yeah, there we go. Your artwork is light. Oh, and then mine just turned light too. Yep. Cool. Awesome. Neat stuff. So that's an SVG on like all of this stuff is stored on chain within the NFT, and you're like actually getting this rendering from a smart contract, and you're able to pay money to change the background from light to black. Oh, whoops, I missed that. What did you say?
I wanted to show some of the smart contract code if you want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we got a couple of minutes if you want to.
Okay. Showing again.
I'm looking at the leaderboard and the scores are actually lower. I think people have lost money on the shitcoin race.
Well, I use Solidity instead of
Nice.
OpenStepling gas optimization. I use customer required gas optimization too. Here's the enum for the theme. Here are the state variables. I'm taking reverse record address from the constructor because for testing I want to create my own mock, and for mainnet I wanted to have the real address of the reverse record. So it's just a switch in the deploy script. Then the dynamics, when you mint, you store all the values in these state variables, so you have them, so you can show them later in the SVG NFT. If you accidentally send ETH or call the wrong function in the contract and send enough ETH for the donation, it will mint you an NFT anyway. Then I made this transfer. Here's the switch scheme that just basically switches the state variable from scheme dark to light, or vice versa. The withdraw funds that checks if there's balance, and then it splits up the transaction into calls. So anyone who calls withdraw funds, if you check here, anyone can pay for the gas to withdraw funds to those two addresses if anyone's feeling generous. And well, then the Solidity doesn't need the constructor ERC71. You just specify name and symbol here. You cannot store it on a variable. And then talking URI, it's built similar to how the BuidlGuidl tabard is built. But well, then I customized it and made it my own, of course. Here I'm building the SVG text that will be rendered into the image that any NFT carries. And well, then helper functions to do like more technical stuff. The lookup ENS name was the hardest to connect to the reverse record stuff. It was harder to test it with the mock that do it on mainnet. Well, that's it. That was the contract.
Awesome. It does ENS resolution on chain, and it looked like it get names. So for a given address, it gives you an array of names, and you get to pick which one. You just pick the 0 one. Did I see that right? Or does it just give you one name back, like the primary record?
You get the first address in the result.
That's cool.
That
you can
0.
Okay, here we go. Leaderboard. Last share of the leaderboard. Looks like it's Port on top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
did you make some last second buys?
Healthier.
What'd you pick up? What was it tomato? Was it avocado? What saved you?
Avocados.
The avocados went to 1.5. Look at that. Oh yeah, bananas and tomatoes are way down. Avocados are way up. Yep. Port's bags are pumping.
Only if I was that successful in real life, like in
yes. Yeah, I mean, this is on a side
trading.
chain. Yeah, I mean, technically, you could put avocados on a DEX on Gnosis chain. Please don't do that. All right, hearts, y'all. This has been a fun Bowtie Friday. We had the Optimism build, we had the event wallet, and then we had a handful of awesome builds from BuidlGuidl builders. We're lucky to be here, lucky to have you guys. Thank you for building. Hearts. Happy Bowtie Friday. Whoop, whoop, whoop.